A lot of people could hear last time, so I need to keep quiet. I've got the headphones with the microphone. All right, dear devotees, very happy to be with you all. And let us begin, as we do, with an auspicious invocation. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvije Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dear devotees, dear devotee family, we are with our devotee family early in the morning, and Jai Gauranga Prabhu here also early in the morning, Tunga Rasa Devi Rasi early in the morning, and Ananda Sundari must be early in the morning for her too, and Sevarupa Devi Rasi, by name we have Sevarupa Devi, and a little bit by night light, with Kyla resting nearby, no doubt. I'm trying to speak quietly so we don't wake up everyone. Yes, and daytime for Ashapurna Devi Rasi, daytime for Muktinath Prabhu, daytime for Govinda Farm, Ananda Moy Prabhu, and maybe some associates, I do not know, nearby. Oh yeah, nighttime for Priyanana, also morning. And for Rupa Nuga Prabhu, we never know where you are, but it looks like daytime to me. Hare Krishna. All right, and Tungarasa Didi, did I mention you? Tungarasa Didi, she's on our early morning, and Danake is in the evening time. All right, dear devotees, welcome to you all, and welcome to you all on Facebook. I don't have a second connection, so I probably better not turn on Facebook because it all may not work. But for those of you who are with us on a basis, we appreciate those of you who are with us in the recorded version also. Then we're happy, very happy to have you with us. And I know the recorded version feels very similar to being live, and it is. It's here to give a message. Oh dear, it says my internet is unstable. Why? I do not know. All right, dear devotees, many things are happening. It's a busy time. As you might have noticed, it was Srila Gurudev's Vyasa Puja, and the whole world chanting the glories of his divine grace. And we can say, I was going to say insufficiently, but that doesn't mean that that's a disqualification of anyone. Rather means so many qualified persons chanting the glories of Srila Gurudev all over the world. But meaning insufficiently, meaning that all of us combined to try to glorify Srila Gurudev really doesn't capture Srila Gurudev like fully, doesn't show fully who he is, and we can only kind of give some indication, just as we see that indications are being given throughout the whole of the scriptures about what is the spiritual world. indications, means. Repeatedly we see Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj saying that it's not possible to describe this Leela, that Leela, the different Leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it's not possible to describe the qualities of Mahaprabhu, of Nityananda. And he says how he's giving indicators, indicating who Mahaprabhu is, what are the pastimes, etc. So similarly, we find that in trying to glorify Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, the pure devotees, then we can't really do full justice to who they are, and only when they reveal themselves, as it were, give some bright light showing their own particular nature, can devotees really understand the greatness of who we've come into contact with, whose line we are in, who are our masters. And with even a little bit of light from themselves coming into the heart of the devotee, then we can think that, all of us, we are in the very kindergarten or the junior section of the school. But the junior section of the school also that we've entered into, it is very special because it is not a regular school of regular knowledge, regular meditation, regular, you will feel better if you do this, you'll feel better if you do that, you'll have a healthy kidney if you do this, a healthy something else if you do that. Many things like this. It is not this kind of a school. It's the school to take us to our real home. And Srila Guru Maharaj tells us about the whole of the Vedas, that the Vedas themselves, they are confessing that we can only show the direction, we can only give some indication, but we could not properly describe you, dear Lord. We cannot properly describe who is Krishna, who are his associates, what is his Leela. But in the form of words which we have in this world, they are giving a description to help us to understand what is at the end, what's that destination of all the signposts which are saying Goloka Vrindavan, or initially Vaikuntha, and then step by step, but the signboards are all taking us to Goloka Vrindavan. So it's been a very special kind of nourishment to participate in and hear the glories of Srila Gurudev, to hear the devotees chanting Srila Gurudev's glories. And of course, with his glories, it comes inseparably the glories of Srila Guru Maharaj, the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and the glories of all of those great contributors to us understanding who is Mahaprabhu, who is Radha, who are Radha and Krishna, and who is the Supreme Lord in his various manifestations. So the scriptures say, Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. That the scriptures tell us, and the great souls before us have given us some indication of how to respect and how to approach the divine masters, and to appreciate that the divine masters, they are waking us up. They are applying some special ointment on the eyes that removes the blindness of the hamagun, the lower and lowest forms of nature, but removes our darkness, in other words, from darkness to light, from blindness to having some vision. So we are getting some vision, some better vision of the destination, and as we follow the practice, we are getting better vision of the practice of how to go to that destination. And as we can follow that, then it will become clearer and clearer that this is a true journey. It is reality. It is not a temporary, you will feel better. as we mentioned, kind of proposal, which is being given in unlimited ways in the material world. But here we've actually got our exit map, our exit path, our exit plan, to leave from this world where feeling good then turns to feeling bad, etc., etc. And birth, then growth, then on top of the world for a few years, and then, as we read in the translations, that we become embarrassed by disease, accident, old age, and death. So this world, not a world worth living in. And now we've got our eyes even a little bit opened to the reality of our home, our destination, and how to reach there. And how to reach there has been given so lovingly, so sweetly by our masters, that simply we keep our heart simple, be faithful to chant Hare Krishna and render service. So it's a very, very fortunate time, as we keep reminding ourselves, to be under the shade of Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Rakok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, and Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our grandfather master, their masters, the master of Srila Prabhupada and the master of Srila Guru Maharaj, and then Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and Srila Ki Jai, yes, and Srila Satchit Ananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and our whole line of super masters who are bringing us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he is, to think of the phrase of Srila Prabhupada that he liked, as it is, Bhagavad Gita, as it is, not with all fancy interpretations to try to show that the word round means something else, just the word round means round, etc., etc. The Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, means the personality, the supreme personality of Godhead. In so many ways, Srila Prabhupada liked that, as it is, as when he made that for the title of his translation and extensive commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And our Parampara have given us Krishna consciousness as it is. And this is a super blessing for everyone who can recognize their gift to the world. And recognition of their gift to the world is that we'll put into practice what they are guiding us, what they're teaching us. And in much of the world who are with us here, then today is tomorrow. And for much of the world who are here, today is yesterday. So depending on what angle of vision we are. However, for some it's Saturday, for some it's Sunday. So Saturday was another festival day in remembrance of Srila Gurudev and his appearance and his coming to the mat. And it means on Saturday then that this is or was the day back in 1947. Oh, no, it was yesterday or Saturday. It's the day, yes, of a remembrance of Gurudev coming to the mat in 1947, not on that day, the day of the year. The day of the year Gurudev came to the mat was Nrsimha Chaturdasi, which is in the early part of the year. But traditionally, a couple of days after Srila Gurudev's Vyasa Puja, his appearance day, then we have had for several years a festival in Nadangat, where Srila Gurudev was working as an apprentice doctor. He was a doctor's assistant in his youth, and he would have become a doctor if the path of fate had taken him another way. But this is all in his youthful energetic pastimes. He was brilliant and very suited to such a responsible career. So he had that opportunity to become a doctor's assistant. But this is when he's a teenager and young, bright, and this place where he was the assistant to the doctor is called Nadangat. And from Nadangat, then Srila Gurudev came in the night with another devotee, with a brahmachari. He came walking in the night to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, to Srila Guru Maharaj, to stay forever at his lotus feet. So we go to Nadangat and have kirtan and breakfast prasadam and a lot of the public coming to see and to hear, because most of them, or many of them, may not know the history of their own village where Srila Gurudev lived and used to work and play football and be a good friend to everybody who lives there. We've heard from Gurudev about his happy times in Nadangat. But from Nadangat, then we go to Parampara, which is the birthplace of Gurudev. And until today, or until the last time I went there, which is now getting on to be quite a few years as the clock goes ticking. But Nadangat, until today, it is one of those super sweet villages of India, of Bengal, which almost untouched by time, but we do see touched by time with television, aerials, etc. And electricity has come, tractors replacing the buffalo plowing, etc. But still they have buffaloes, as I found out, while not my motorcycle, but Krishna's motorcycle was fully stuck in the mud. I mean, just standing by itself in the mud. And then in course of time, somebody comes by with a buffalo cart, and the buffalo going very slowly. We all know that. But he just keeps on going through all this mud, and then the cart on the back. And then the farmer who's driving the buffalo, then going past as I'm sitting there with the motorbike, literally stuck in the mud. We had to get the 6 workers from the field to come to pick it up out of this thick mud. And that farmer on the buffalo cart, he's saying, buffalo cart, very good, very fast. He's saying like this, while I'm stuck in the mud. So they still do have the buffaloes there. Hare Krishna, but the modern world is coming, but it's a place still of mud houses and new mud houses. We have witnessed how they make mud house from a field, I mean, from nothing, just a plot of land. Then how that mud house is built bit by bit, one layer drying, one layer drying, one layer drying. And before you know it, you've got a house, you've got all the walls, you've got the windows, then the roof is made with the wood and the thatch, the straw, the remains of the rice after it's been threshed. And there you have a house. And with thick walls, I mean, very thick, more than this. The bottom is, you can't see, it's so big, it won't fit on my TV, on my camera screen. But like this, times maybe 2 at the bottom, and then from the bottom it gets a little narrower as the wall goes up. And being made of mud and straw, it means it's very good insulation. Warm in the winter, like now, be warm, and cool in the summer, without any need for electricity, fans, air conditioning, etc. Anyway, the village of Parampara is very sweet. It's Gurudev's appearance place, and now a very beautiful temple. And when you see that temple, it just feels like the family of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. It's made in the style, not exactly the same, but very similar to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat in Navadip. so easily recognizable as our family temple and very befitting our family head, Srila Gurudev, the head of the family for so many years, and still the head, Srila Gurudev, doing everything for Srila Guru Maharaj. No doubt Srila Guru Maharaj is the head, but Srila Gurudev, the active doer and shaker, organizer, preacher, collector, everything of the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And as Srila Guru Maharaj is dearmost disciple, I mean really dearmost disciple, for since 1940, so you can say for 40 years, 1947, Srila Guru Maharaj came to Srila Guru Maharaj's, Srila Gurudev came to Srila Guru Maharaj's lotus feet. And in 1988, Srila Guru Maharaj disappeared from the world. So that's a full 40 years, actually a full 41 years, because 1947, Srila Gurudev came at the early part of the year. And in 1988, Srila Guru Maharaj disappeared in the middle part, August of 1988. So for 41 years, over 40 years, Srila Gurudev closely serving and in association of Srila Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So today, if it's Saturday with you, then today, Saturday, is a wonderful day. And I don't know if anyone did this year. We're not in India at this time, but we hope that the tradition is continuing, because it was so nourishing for everybody and nourishing for the villagers to be reminded of what a great soul came from their village. And by the way, walking distance, no hills, but I don't know exactly how far, I suppose 3 or 4 kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers plus. Anyway, from Parampara is Putsari, which is where Srila Gurudev went to school. But he did not like going to school. And the teachers were very mean to him. And he doesn't have the happiest memories of his school days. However, why I mentioned about Putsari is he did go to school there. And when the installation of the deities in the new temple in Parampara, the new temple in honor of Srila Gurudev at his birthplace, I mean the birthplace village, is the temple's just on the edge of the village. But when this big event happened, I mean big event, it was many thousands of people came, and that's, you know, no exaggeration. And I seem to remember perhaps 15,000 came, was the total number of plates of prasadam that were distributed that day. I mean, that's a lot of people. And they came from all around for that festival. And when the school in Putsari heard that one of their students was going to be so much honored, that he's become literally world famous, not just world famous in the local villages, as some people are kind of, oh yes, he is world famous. Everybody in this district knows him. Well, maybe world famous in the little world, but the planet Earth world, Gurudev really was world famous. And interestingly, I thought, was that the school and the teachers, they were very eager to have Srila Gurudev come and speak at the school. That one of our students, he's become world famous. And really, it's a school with a big playground. Most schools have a playground, right? But that playground is in the middle of the school. So there's buildings on, you know, around classes, classrooms, etc. And then the playground in the middle. And then they have the steps where, you know, people would watch if there's a football match going on, for instance. Anyway, so very nicely, they really made nice arrangement, and Srila Gurudev and VIP devotees seated beside him, very dignified. and they were very proud of their student. And I did gently think, if Gurudev asks me to say something, what will I say? Because we do have to be ready just in case we are put on the spot. So, Gurudev did put us on the spot sometimes. So please excuse if sometimes I put some of you on the spot. But anyhow, Srila Gurudev did put us on the spot. So it's good to have something ready to say. And I'm seeing this big gathering, and I'm seeing the teachers, the headmaster, so proud about the student of our school. And just inside me, of course, I would not say it. I was thinking, what shall I say? Shall I say, this is the school where the teachers used to beat our Gurudev, where they had no mercy, no mercy, no affection, and where Gurudev, he would, as far as possible, stay away from this school. But this is the place even they have come to appreciate, who is Srila Govinda Maharaj, from almost their own village, from their school, yes, but nearby village. Anyway, I wouldn't do that. We don't want things thrown at us, or we don't want to make a riot. Hare Krishna. And Bengal is very riotable. I mean, you get a group of people together who have a certain opinion, and you can have an energetic gathering. We've seen it on several occasions, especially at the time of the vote, political vote time, etc., etc. And there in Bengal, you'll get very enthusiastic speakers on each side of the divide of politics. Hare Krishna. So Parampara festival, and very happy remembrance, glorious memories of glorious festivals, and being Parampara, specifically these festivals, in particular in honor of Srila Gurudev. And his family house is still there. Relatives from his family that he came from are still there in the village. And the family house is sweet. Where Gurudev appeared is very sweet and very humble. And Gurudev, one time a little jokingly, but did say, I was also born in a manger, where they keep the cows and these things. It's much like that place. I am also born like that, in a place like that. Which is very sweet of Gurudev to think like that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Parampara, and the deities, the family deities, which goes back a long time. And some say that these deities were worshipped by I better not say the name, but one of either direct son or very near to Nityananda Prabhu's line. I mean, Nityananda Prabhu's family. So I better not say when I'm not 100% sure. I have to do just a little homework. But from practically the time of Nityananda and Mahaprabhu, oh, I got to speak quietly. Shh. Remind me, I have to keep speaking quietly. It's practically from the time of Nityananda and Mahaprabhu that the deities of Radha Gopinath were worshipped. And in that line of the Nityananda or his descendants in that line, the deities of Radha Gopinath are worshipped. And they're very sweet, as very often for the family deities. They are not tall, they are relatively small. But when the temple was made in honor of Srila Gurudev, there on the outskirts, on the arrival, when you arrive at Parampara, it's the very first place you see practically, it is not only practically, it is the first place you see, is the temple of Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Gopinath. And those original Radha Gopinath deities worshipped by Srila Gurudev's family and generation going back. Those deities were given by his family for their service in the temple, because they said, Gurudev, you and your devotees, you can serve them properly we are in the family life, we can only give them simple things, but now they can get some very glorious service. So the family gave those deities so that their service will continue in that temple. And because it's quite a large temple, then also larger new bodies, new forms of Radha and Gopinath appeared there, and Mahaprabhu. So as traditionally installed by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and traditionally in many of our temples also installed around the world as Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna. So the Radha and Krishna became Radha Gopinath. So you can see the original Radha Gopinath and also the larger Radha Gopinath there happily on the same altar with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha and Gopinath combined. Krishna combined with Srimati Radharani's heart and halo. Srila Guru Maharaj's wonderful expression. So this is a little remembrance of Parampara, and today or tomorrow, depending where you are, is the disappearance day on the lunar calendar of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Sunday is the 31st this year on the on the solar calendar lunar calendar, is his disappearance day. But actually, the 1st of January on the solar calendar, early in the morning on the 1st of January, was Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day. So this year, the lunar day and the solar day almost combining. And we also feel that, what a way to start a year with the grand guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, disappearing from the world. But he disappeared early in the morning on the 1st of January, but lunar calculation-wise, it's the 31st of December this year. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is everything for all of us. He's brought what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to distribute, wanted the world to hear. He's brought that message of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to the whole world. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the very beginning, practically, in practical way, of this wave, the new wave coming after Mahaprabhu's wave. So after Mahaprabhu's wave of spreading love of God, spreading the holy name, spreading Krishna consciousness, after that big wave, there was a big dip. And then from that big dip, the next wave following behind, that was started with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur understands what has to be done, what needs to be done for the distribution and cleansing of the activities, cleansing of the teachings of Mahaprabhu's teachings that have become polluted over the years by the majority, but maintained a fine thread of purity after Mahaprabhu's disappearance and the generations succeeding. There was a fine thread of purity there, but the majority were misusing the teachings of Mahaprabhu and misinterpreting and just following the glories of Mahaprabhu, thinking that they can beg, fill their bellies, and do anything and everything in the name of being devotees of Mahaprabhu. All of this took place very quickly within a few generations after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disappearance. And how quickly it happened was the question came to Guru Maharaj. How is it that so soon after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then his teachings became so almost lost to the majority. The majority, instead of getting Krishna prema, started to get the impression that no, Mahaprabhu gave degradation, and the followers, they're just begging, and they're not showing any like spiritual activities or doing any proper spiritual activities, and rather many of them were imitating sahajya. They're imitating and bringing immorality into the most moral teachings of Mahaprabhu. So how is it happened so quickly? And Srila Guru Maharaj said, when there is a great wave in the ocean, for instance, then there will be a great dip behind that wave. So with that dip, then comes another wave. And this other wave has come from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and manifest in the broadness, the strength of presentation of what is Mahaprabhu's teachings and what is not.
You're muted, Gurudev, somehow. Now we don't have your video.
Can we take a vote and ask Srila Madhusudana Maharaj to change his profile picture to a nicer one?
I really don't know what happened then. Something very strange. But we did hear Dayal Nitai Chaitanya Bole Natrayama Mahan. And I did hear maybe Chintamani's voice saying, can we ask Madhusudan to change his name in the midst of the music? I don't know whether you could hear what I heard, but I was hearing Dayal Nitai Chaitanya Bole Natrayama Mahan. Okay, back on track. Okay, somebody remind me if I don't do it. I'll change the profile picture at some point to, I don't know, something else. I can't say what's good, better, or best, can I? I'll find a dog's picture and put it there. But dogs have their place, and Srila Gurudev, he also is saying, I'm a one master dog. About himself, he's saying that I'm a one master dog. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, back on track. Please excuse me. Okay, back on track. And please excuse me, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he started the wave. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared by the prayers of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he revealed what was in the heart of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he very strongly showed what is Mahaprabhu's message and what is not. And we are in this wave, which has just come up from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in practical terms, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to Srila Guru Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada, and to Srila Gurudev. So we are here at this juncture, this point of time, where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's message has been broadcast all over the world in its purity and with its, like, as Guru Maharaj would say, the full-fledged theism. So the full-fledged teachings of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur have come all over the world. And our gratitude to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has no limit. just as our gratitude to Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada has no limit. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is like the head of the modern Sampradaya, if you like. He is the one who's stood there and firmly given what is the goal, what is where we are, and what is the practice to go. And he's firmly given that in consideration of the progress of Kali Yuga in these years from the time of Mahaprabhu to the present time. And as an indication of that progress of Kali Yuga, we can see descriptions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is only descriptions of 500 years ago. This isn't 5,000 or 50,000 or in the golden age, Satya Yuga, like this. This is 500 years ago. There are descriptions given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which are, really quite amazing for us, and to think that, that was the standard in that time. And one is right in front of us as we are reading day by day here, the Chaitanya Charitamrita in Vila Govinda Ashram. One is the Leela, the pastime, the story, if you like, but it's the actual pastime of an old Brahmana and a young Brahmana on pilgrimage to Vrindavan and to many holy places. And the older Brahmana, then he offers his daughter in marriage to the younger Brahmana, because he is so pleased with the younger Brahmana. So first of all, that just by the word of the father, then a daughter will be given in marriage, and that is guaranteed, signed and sealed, and it is, signed and sealed comes with the formalities in the marriage, but that it's a commitment directly there, that would take place. We can think, well, not many in the Western world will quite go along with that. But the younger Brahmana was a Brahmana. The older Brahmana was a Brahmana. But they were from different grades of Brahmanas. So it's not that there are 4 castes as given in the Bhagavad Gita and different places. There are 4 castes. And then everybody will be in one of those castes. But they're all subdivided also. And so considered as a lower Brahmana section was the servant, the younger Brahmana who was serving the older one when they were on pilgrimage. And then when they came back to their home town, their home village, and the older Brahmana declared, and I was accompanied by this Brahmana, and he was so kind, such a perfectly behaved person. I'm going to give, I've already promised to him, I will give him my daughter as his wife, as my appreciation. He will be very good for my daughter, and this is my appreciation to him. And then all his family members and the villagers were outraged that he will promise to give his daughter to a lower caste of Brahmana, not talking about any other section of society. And even the son and the wife, they vow to take poison and commit suicide if he will go ahead with his plan. And we think, well, in this modern age, it's unthinkable, this kind of rigidity and like staying to the traditions, and even within the Brahminical section, that they got their different castes. And Mahaprabhu, when he received sannyas, then it's considered that Keshava Bharati was of a lower section of Vaishnava or lower section of Brahmanas than was deemed fit for him, something like this. And so when he went to Puri, then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, then he said, I'll tell you the mantra again, I shall initiate you into a higher Brahmana section. You see, these kind of divisions and this kind of adherence to these divisions This is almost unthinkable in the present age. So many of the descriptions of the pastimes of devotees given in the scriptures, they're from previous ages, which we know in the modern age, basically no one is qualified and no one can become as qualified as those great souls in the past who were like fully absorbed in all the formalities of their post in life. So for the modern age, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made the teachings of Mahaprabhu completely applicable. He showed how to apply the modern advancement or the modern progress, whatever the words are, in technology, which at that time included the motor car and the printing press and the ships, because he also sent devotees on ship to go to the west to take the message of Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he showed how to utilize things in the service of the Lord. And this is a big step forward, because previously renunciation of anything and everything, except the very minimum, a pen and a piece of paper, or whatever it was, a stick or a feather and a palm leaf. The basic, very, very renounced life, just taking extreme basic things. This was sort of the standard, and we saw this in the lives of the 6 Goswamis who lived under different trees, different nights, very renounced. But that was possible then. And you see what they produce. They produce so many things. We see their example of life that we hold on our head. But in a practical way, it is dreaming for anyone, especially in the West, well, especially India also, except for very rare persons in India. It's dreaming for anyone to be able to lead such a life. And then when it's dreaming, then it's not practical. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave us practical Krishna consciousness in this age for everybody to follow. And that thread, that not only a thread, but that current, strong current in fact, was then brought around India and introduced to the Western world by the grand associates who came to join Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his people reaching, which focused on India and extended India, which means Pakistan, Bangladesh, Burma, those, extended. That time borders weren't so rigid as perhaps they are now, or definitions of my country, your country. But that whole area, that whole land, godly land, the land that Krishna chose for so many avatars and pastimes and for his devotees to take birth in. So all over India and extended India, then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur preached with the gradual increase of assistance from very learned, very capable souls who came to join him, as Srila Govinda Maharaj describes as generals, great generals of his sampradaya and his associates. Gurudev having very much honor to all of the disciples in this way, and with his eyes open, but the honor of the substance of what each of them were doing. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur himself said that at the beginning I was one mouth coming to present Mahaprabhu's teachings, and now I've been joined by so many. Now with 100 mouths, this message is being distributed. And he was very much in favor of the message being distributed through the printing press, through the media, which reaches the public. And then, in due course of time, then he sent his first generals off to the Western world to take the message of Mahaprabhu to the West. And in due course of time, then with the seeds being sown, if you like, in the Western world, as Gurudev said, those first preachers, they sowed the seeds in the West. And when Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, when he came to the West with divine inspiration from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he came to the West, then Gurudev explains that those seeds that were sown, that was their time to fructify. And Srila Prabhupada, he was chosen by the Lord to be that person to bring the plants, the seeds, and then the seeds growing into the substantial plants, the plants of devotion to Gauranga and to Radha Krishna, the bhakti plants, to bring the bhakti lata seeds and the actual plants over to the whole world. And at that time, it was the time for these plants to grow, become strong. And now all over the world, we have thousands of voices presenting Mahaprabhu's teachings and millions of books. And this was a great stress of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. To print the books, people will read the books, the message as it is will be given through the books. You may not know anything, but you distribute the books. There, the books know everything. And this we also feel very much until today, that we feel very insufficient beside what is given in each and every one of the books of Srila Prabhupada, of Srila Guru Maharaj, and of Srila Gurudev. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission that he gave his life for, and giving life for doesn't mean that for 2 hours a day he's showing something in devotional life, and then for the rest of the day he's got luxury and television and whatever it is that everybody does all the time. But no, he gave his whole energy and life for giving Mahaprabhu's message as it is to the world. And that main current was given into the hand of Srila Guru Maharaj. At this time, just a day before Guru Maharaj's, Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, means Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, just a day before his disappearance, then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur called for Guru Maharaj, called for Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and asked specifically for him to sing the grand song of our Sampradaya, considered as the highest song of our Sampradaya. So we must treat this kirtan extremely carefully. That is Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. And this song is Srila Guru Maharaj singing the song, and then the secretary of the mat, he stopped Guru Maharaj from singing because there was a better singer there, and Guru Maharaj wasn't so famous for his tune and for his singing. And he stopped the singing for this better singer to sing. Oh, he can sing, he sings very nicely. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, no, I want Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he will sing this. And everyone there, including that singer, the good singer, they all witnessed and felt some transmission from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to Srila Guru Maharaj at that time. And all their lives, they remembering that and coming to Guru Maharaj for his guidance, for his guidance and his checking their preaching. What are they doing? Is their preaching going according to the will of Srila Saraswati Thakur? If they check with Srila Guru Maharaj and they get a green light from him, then they feel that they've got the green light from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In this way, they took Srila Guru Maharaj's words as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's words, his opinion, his view, And this way, the whole of the senior section of the disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they came and would hold Srila Guru Maharaj in that special position as the main carrier of the current of Srila Saraswati Thakur. And it's that Srila Sridhar Maharaj who prepared Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, for his preaching in the Western world. And openly Srila Prabhupada told this to the devotees, and it is recorded. And openly Srila Prabhupada told that for more than 10 years he had close association with Srila Sridhar Maharaj. And that Krishna and his guru, means Srila Prabhupada's guru, liked that Srila Sridhar Maharaj will prepare him, Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada took that message of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as he had got it in a very clear and substantial way from Srila Guru Maharaj, who he had that extensive association with. And he brought this to the Western world. And that Srila Prabhupada changed the whole world and gave the opportunity for all of us, of any of our generations at the moment, we've all come from that preaching of Srila Prabhupada, which has come from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, which has come from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that teaching has been given to us in a very sweet and approachable way, and guided, the continuation of that, guided by Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and corrected when a ship is going through the ocean, wind is taking this way, there must always be correction to make sure we get back onto the right course. And so Srila Gurudev, he's been in multiple ways the rudder holder and the giver of fuel, also not only the navigator, but the supplier of fuel into the hearts of the devotees to have strength to make the journey, to tolerate the difficulties that will come when you cross an ocean. If anyone's been on a boat for more than a day or two, you know it's not all plain sailing, as the expression goes. And so Srila Gurudev, he's come to give so much which was absolutely necessary after this great presentation, this great wave of Krishna consciousness has come to the world. Then there must be someone there and to continue that and to hold the rudder steady for those who have got on the boat and, okay, they're happy where they are, okay, but be careful, stay in a given path, don't go here, don't go there. And with so much affection, with so much approachability, then Srila Gurudev, he's given us Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti, going back to Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God, by the way, he's given us Radha, Krishna's highest things. So this is where we are just now, and these days just now are super sweet for us all, because we're able to hear such topics, be reminded, if we had some indication before, to be reminded and to remind ourselves too, and to use a good Western expression, not to blow this opportunity, not to blow it off and just think it's too difficult or this, that, or the other. Super opportunity under the guidance of our super masters. Hare Krishna. So I don't know if I spoke quietly or not. I'll find that out later on. But we are happy to chat away. And we are on Zoom, we are on Facebook. It is an opportunity to ask if you have questions, but so often we ask if you have a question and everyone's silent. So today I didn't even ask a question, but also, I mean, what we are happy to say, we can't also say, can we, even in a whole lifetime? No, we don't want to imitate anyone, but really, even in a whole lifetime, how can we share really the gratitude and the necessity of taking this opportunity to heart, the gratitude to our masters? And something that Srila Guru Maharaj said about Srila Saraswati Thakur too. I mean, so many things. But one is that what he gave, the directions that he gave, the guidance that he gave, divine guidance of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we must follow that. We must do. It's Bhakti Yoga is a doing process. And Srila Guru Maharaj directly said, and if we don't follow what he is giving us, then it is only lip service. It's only lip service. Oh, yes, he's very great, very great. But we don't do anything. That's lip service, which most of you know is an English expression, which means only by lip we're saying something. We're not actually doing it by heart. We're not doing it. We're not doing anything. Almost like, just reading something for entertainment or something. But we need service, not lip service. And so that is something that Srila Guru Maharaj would stress about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we must try to do what would be expected by him, what is expected by Guru Maharaj, by Gurudev, by Srila Prabhupada. They are speaking with one voice. There may be details along the way, but the essential parts to chant the holy name, to render service, not to criticize others, to see the good in others, to see the fault in ourselves, all of these things, the practical aspect, and to render some service. Cleaning the temple, making a picture, doing electrical wiring, if you know that, assisting with books, helping with some funds, do something, some connection always. Cook for Krishna. Everybody's home. Everyone's home should be a temple. This way to continue. Anyhow, that point of lip service, that expression of Guru Maharaj in relation to what Srila Saraswati Thakur gave, we must not just give lip service to him. We must give real service. So let us also follow their guidance and in our own ways present their teachings to the people that we meet. And why did Krishna let us meet someone? Surely it is so that we can share something of Mahaprabhu's message, not just to be sociable. Of course, if you're in a shop and you're just buying a packet of soap, then that's one thing. But even then, we've got devotees who will always leave stickers. We do have devotees who stick stickers, don't we? Okay, but leave cards and things. There are many ways, but we want to do the best for others. And the best for others is to give an introduction to this wonderful line that somebody's introduced us to, and we are grateful to them too. Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti, Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Shripat Parampara Dham, where he grew up and where there's festival, annual festival, more than annual festival, but annual festival at this time, ki Jai, and Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga, Shishi Guru Gauranga Radha Gopinath Ju, the deities in Shripat Parampara ki Jai. And Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. And his village, which is just quite near through the rice fields, I mean relatively near, much nearer than by road, and his village where he appeared, which is Shripat Hapanya, also another of these super beautiful rustic villages. Shripathapanya, these are holy dharmas. So Shripathapanya ki jai. And the deities there, by the way, Shri Guru Gauranga, Radha Gopinastu. There's no coincidences in the dictionary either. The deities there, ki jai. And Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And Saparika Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar ki jai. To Sri Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. And to the Sri Chaitanya Mat, which he established, ki jai. Jai. Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. All those who are here with us ki jai. And the Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, the unlimited numbers of devotees everywhere. Ki jai. And Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Bhaktiranjan Matsula Maharaj ki jai.
Now something else strange happened to my audio. Okay.
Jai.
Vanshakapatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And good to see you all with us. Ishwarananda Prabhu, I was thinking of you a little earlier too. I was just thinking of you there in the snow. Okay, Ishwarananda Prabhu. To all of you, one by one, Pavan Krishna Arjuna Prabhu and Prafula Krishna Danake Tunga Rasa Radha Sundari Chintamani Ganga Leela Vidyananda Sundari Devi Dasi and Sri Lekha. Oh, you've been hiding. I've been talking to you all and I've not been giving individual attention. I am a monster. Yes, we know. Okay, Sri Lekha, Nadia Sundari Devi Dasi. Jai Gaurangaru, who is here trying to be quiet so we don't wake everybody up. And to Sri Govinda Farm, Leela Moy Prabhu and the devotees. And to all of you on Facebook, all of you who are seeing the recorded version, to all of the devotees, my humble obeisances. And from Arjuna, I see he just sent his Dandavat. And Tangarasa sent obeisances, Danake also. Hare Krishna. All right, dear devotees. Yes, okay, Chintamani, we'll try to do something. Vansha Kaupatrubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat, Dandavat. Ami
Thank you,
Asti.
Gurudev. Happy New Year.
Oh, yes. Happy New
Dandavat.
Year. Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay, yes. Yes,
Tomorrow,
of course.
yeah.
Of course, dear devotees, wishing you a happy New Year. And you know where to get happiness. Chant Hare Krishna with the devotees, do all the good things, don't do the bad things. Okay, you're going to have a happy New Year. Jai. Ami Ashchi.